Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not digitally pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with one last run, Pittsburgh Penguins 2025-2026 season long shot, part 13. Jeff, I titled this one long shot because, honestly, if we don't get fired by the end of this stream, I'm going to be a little bit shocked. We started off pretty hot, and things have quickly spiraled out of control.
Yeah, I mean, just looking over the numbers, the big problem seems to be in goal right now. Your starter has got, what is it, an 888 save percentage?
Yeah, and our backup has a 900.
Yeah, neither is great, but
We're getting killed.
scoring-wise, you've been doing okay. The younger guys are still doing fine. And you got a couple of bad injuries now, and you just lost Ty Smith for a couple of months, potentially.
Yeah, so at the end of our stream a couple of weeks ago, I decided to advance one more game, and you can see here we lost versus the New York Islander 4-2. And in that loss, Ty Smith strained his MCL, and he's hurt for 1 to 2 months. Awesome. We could try and squeeze out some games from him, but at this point, there's no reason to do this, so we're going to say no, we're not delaying treatment, and we are immediately going to put him, I don't know why I clicked that, whatever. Our number one defenseman is going to go on the injured list. So we are left kind of scrambling. And I'm wondering, yeah, our goaltending just has not worked out. So do we look and try and move Jari? And try and pick somebody up? Do we just run with Dykow and hope for the best? He's hotter than him.
I'd give Jari a little while longer to get it under control, but
I think we're going to run with
with
Dykow at this point because I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to leave Jari alone or not play him games, but there's just our goaltending is really killing us right now.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing. I'm just looking on the trading block now for teams trying to move goalies. In fact, it's literally. Well, your game may have be slightly different than the save I'm looking at this point, but it's literally just Kevin Lankinen.
No, it should be
stuck in the AHL.
We're literally at the exact same point at this one. I mean, I just advanced a day now.
Yeah,
but. Panarin is done for 3 months with a fractured eye socket.
Good news for the Rangers.
All right,
Should mention that we're obviously streaming about an hour and a half early tonight because there's apparently some sort of a game or something on at 7, our usual 7 West Coast time.
No, 7:20 I think I saw was the actual start time. Pacific Coast. Yes. Pacific time zone. And Jeff didn't want to miss it, but that was our agreement beforehand, so I'm not going to.
First game later than the second round in Vancouver since, do you know when?
2011?
Yep. Game 7 against Boston.
All right, so just taking a quick look, I mean, of upcoming free agents, Stuart Skinner's not signed. He's got an 874 save percentage this year. Thatcher Demko's sitting at a 928. Connor Ingram is 879. Spencer Knight is at 881. Phil Gustafsson is 910. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who we had, is sitting at a 912. You should have held on to him, I guess. Akira Schmid, 889.
Just having a quick look at the goaltending later, so it's
902. Yeah, it's not exactly.
Yeah, well, Demko's at the top. He's just got the best save percentage in the league, 927. Dustin Wolf, 925. Jake Edinger, 923. So, yeah, I was going to say it looked like a lot of goalies were having bad years, but just shuffled around a little bit.
We pick up a 5-3 win versus Columbus, which moves us closer one game back. Stamkos gets on the board. Boulay, Yager.
And I think Cook, the rookie that you brought up, that's
Cook
his
just
first
gets
goal.
2 goals. on the power play and then an empty netter. So, a guy who we rescued from the SPHL. I guess that's what we could do, is we could look at signed goalies that are available to play if we really need to bring somebody in.
Gonna take a quick look at that.
I'm advancing, otherwise I would right now.
There's nothing. It's like
Wasteland.
Matt Murray and not the younger Matt Murray.
Matt Murray, but not that Matt Murray.
Yeah, I'm sure he loves being known as that. He's playing for Texas in the AHL, but he's on an AHL contract. He's not signed to Dallas.
Okay, so yeah, just filter, and we just want to say goaltenders, contracted but signable. And yeah, that is womp 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 womp. Connor Unger playing for
Brock.
Oh, okay. Oh, Brock. I'm almost like, who's Bro? And I was trying to think. What you got in my ear first? Oh, there's an interesting guy, Carson Musser, playing semi-pro right now.
Looks like he's signed to Atlanta, the ECHL. They haven't got room on the roster for him right now.
Yeah, 6'6".
Still, that's 2.5 star potential. Really isn't worth going after.
Former Arizona pick.
If you sort by potential, there's a kid named Vincent Filion who allegedly has 4-star potential. He was in the queue the last couple of years, but he's playing in the senior league in Quebec now.
LNAH.
Yeah.
What's this getting?
But I mean, none of these. I mean, the idea was to sign somebody that could help with our goaltending right now, and none of that will really do it. So.
No, but I don't mind the idea of someone who could. I mean, we have 3 goalies under contract in the minors.
Oh, by the way, you might want to, speaking of goalies, you may want to flip Murashov and Bjarnason. We'll put Murashov in the AHL for a while and let Bjarnason get some ECHL starts.
All right, we'll do that right now. We have Luciano Ruggiero still coming too.
Yeah, he's probably, I think, got the highest potential of any of our goalies. Yeah.
Whether he gets there or not.
Prospect. Yeah.
You know, still running with Daikau as our starter, and we pick up a 7-2 win. Okay. We're back up to 500 now. Stamkos has a hat trick. All right.
I mean, scoring hasn't really been a problem. It's just...
Well, we've had plays
better.
Upcoming free agents. Stamkos wouldn't sign with us the last time we talked. Does he still haven't? Yeah, he still doesn't want to talk. Malkin, I think we're going to get ready to let him go. He's just not putting up enough points. Well, he's on pace for a better year this year than he was last year.
In fact, he's actually refusing to renew anyhow, so
Malkin?
he might not even have a choice in it. Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
Probably headed back to Russia, play another season or two when he's 40.
Well, we could look at signing him if there's nobody else.
And with the $6 million we're going to save from not signing him, I'm sure there's going to be somebody better out there.
We actually have a lot of room right now. We're sitting at, I think we have almost 20 million. We could make a move for somebody if we really wanted to. And I believe last stream we looked at Owen Power sitting on the trade block, and we hummed it
still
for
there.
a short while, but I don't know if that's...
Jets are trying to move Wheelers.
Possibly just like real life.
And Dylan Cousins headed out of Buffalo for some reason, although they've got... Do you really want to give Buffalo any more weapons? It looks like he's just getting pushed down the roster. Their lineup's so loaded. I think that Power thing happened because we traded them Carlson.
Yeah.
Dumped salary on them.
Yeah, so Cousins is available, Ehlers, and Owen Power. But, yeah, I'm not sure on that. Keep an eye. Again, if Dykhout keeps winning, maybe we should put Jari on the block just to see if we get anything interesting. And we pick up another win. Bryce Cook scores again. Scores a couple times. Number 1 star.
Wow. Bit of a surprise. I just tried shopping Jari, and the results are not great.
No. Brian Rust has a lacerated shin. Oh, he's not out. He can still play.
Right. He hasn't really been doing a lot of it, though.
All right, we probably should call up another defenseman here, so I'm going to call up Reed Anderson as he's our top guy right now. And, okay, so that one's up. Okay, we're going to just put Jari on the trade block. Gigaspeed1132 says, good evening, guys. Hope all is well. And then asks, do you play this much off stream? Jeff?
I mean, this is probably most of my actual playing time now on the streams, but if it's off stream, it's usually for testing stuff. So as far as actually getting in and playing the game, it's probably close.
I do play some, but I mean, also testing takes up time, and I don't know how many people know this. While Jeff works full-time on this, it's not my full-time job, so I do play this sometimes. I, for instance, have a game going which has led to some interesting things and turned into some testing things for us with a game I've been running with St. Louis, as some fun things have happened in that game. Right.
Uncle Jay's almost back.
Yeah, well, that's who we replaced. As I'm just taking a quick look here, that's who we replaced
With Cook?
Yeah, I think so. We just
we assumed Goulet was having a great rookie year. It turns out whoever you put in that spot seems to do well.
Yeah, 4 goals in 4 games. We signed Cook. Out of the SPHL.
He signed with them in the off season. He had a pretty decent OHL career,
but never drafted.
Yeah, wasn't drafted, wasn't signed, and then we signed him for the AHL team, and he started really well there. And then we had injuries, so.
Yeah, see, the big thing that's scary about him, Cook will have serious difficulty performing in big game situations. But you know what? He's dragging us where we need to go right now, so that's fine. 3-2 win over Chicago. Okay, well, apparently it was smart putting this goaltender in.
Gigaspeed, Adams, Winnipeg, mine is Vancouver.
Yes, which is why we're streaming a little bit early tonight for Jeff, because Vancouver's playing their first.
Oh, you're supposed to be watching the game too. Aren't you watching those Boston Pizza ads? Be supporting, Canadian teams. So
listen, I will support Vancouver or Edmonton, whoever comes out of that series. But it will be a very, very cold day before I support the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, as it turns out, not an issue.
Yeah. And Northern Sky says, I will support Edmonton. Listen, I made this argument, and I think I brought it up on stream, although it's been a number of years. And I said this to Jeff. The only 2 teams that really entire Canada can get behind if something happens is either Winnipeg or Ottawa.
And I think there's still a subset of Leafs fans who won't get behind Ottawa.
Okay, Russ is down to 60%, but we're going to leave him in for this game. Yes, but those Leafs fans will cheer for Winnipeg most probably. But I said arguably the only two teams most people could actually cheer for would be Winnipeg or Ottawa.
I mean, if the Oilers wind up beating us, I'll want them to win the cup. You got to break that streak sometime with no Canadian teams winning it. So
Eastern Canadian hockey is a mess. There are more Habs fans in Ottawa than Sens. Well, again, if you've never been to Ottawa, it's okay. First off, they're the team's only been around for what is it now? 31 years, 32 years.
well, plus the whole
For
original Ottawa
thousands of
Senators
years
thing,
ago that nobody remembers. Okay, but 31 years.
Senators have
So
existed for well over 100 years.
yes,
Yeah,
you have a team that moved into an area that was regionally either Leafs fans or Habs fans. So breaking a little bit is that. And again, that's the problem with like Winnipeg is, especially even with the break from 96 to 2011, was everybody who kind of grew up with hockey found other teams. And so like when the Leafs or Canadians or Edmonton play in Winnipeg, there's a lot of sweaters for other teams, which again, I understand. But like, I will never cheer for the Leafs. I will consider cheering for the Habs. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, too late now.
what'd you do?
Oh, I should have sat Rust. Okay, we still won it. Ooh, 5-4. Rust badly needs to sit. Okay, and then hopefully he didn't just get
Wait, was he
hurt.
the third star in that too? Scroll back up. Oh, that was Jaeger now.
Yeah, Jagger.
I saw the B. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get Rust out of that. He was down to 46%. Now he's down to 19. So let's get Grubb in his spot for now. And I will never cheer for the Leafs. I'll consider cheering for the Habs. Ottawa, I'm fine with. I really have nothing good or bad to say for Ottawa. Calgary and Edmonton, there's a lot of, and some of it was before my time, but there's a lot of hard feelings there from the 80s.
Or trauma just watching Gretzky destroy them, both the Jets and the Canucks over and over.
Yeah.
I think you guys got it a little worse. I think they beat you in the playoffs more often, but Gretzky had them add more points against Vancouver than any other team.
Well, Winnipeg had some really good teams, but could never get by Edmonton. So that was always a problem. And then Vancouver again, I'm kind of, I don't really care that much. There's some connection there because they had the Moose as their AHL affiliate for a while. But at the same time, when Vancouver loses, it doesn't hurt my feelings either. So it's just, I want the Jets to win more than anything else.
Yep.
And I'm curious to see who's going to be the new head coach.
Yeah, a little bit of was that expected? I didn't really
There
see
had been,
Bonus retiring this soon.
well, again, his wife got sick there, and so he took time
Yeah, that's
away.
true.
He had a medical thing. They said, he basically said, I don't know if you watched his press conference or not, he talked about how he still loves the game, but at the same time, he said, I don't want to be in the year or be in November and have to come to, he said, Chevy and Chippy, meaning Mark Chipman, and saying, I can't do this anymore. And I'm like, okay, I get that. And there was some rumors that, tough decision for him, I think. We finally lose a game, our first game in quite a while, to Montreal. Montreal badly outshoots us, 49-27. Ooh.
Okay, can't really blame that on the goalie then.
No. We'll have to watch that. Rust can we'll see what he looks like when we get back here. So yeah, there's some names popping up there. I think Jeff Merrick talked about Dean Evison as being a possible candidate. It seems more likely Scott Arniel was kind of groomed for this, so I would be shocked if it's not him. But at the same time, I would not hate if they brought in, what's his name? The former Oilers coach, Woodcraft.
Maybe.
Yeah, Northern Sky. Yeah, again, the Jets. Not that they want to go through that landmine. Like his brother did work for the organization before. They have distanced themselves greatly since that whole thing blew up in college hockey.
one other possibility, if they wait a little while, Sheldon Keefe may be looking for a job.
Yeah, I think he ends up more likely being in Pittsburgh if that becomes a thing. So Rust is ready, so we're going to get him back in and get Grubb out. All right, looking at our percentages, we're looking better. All right, game versus Winnipeg here. And, 7-2 loss. Ooh. Outshot again, 39-25. Like, what? We just collapsed defensively?
Oh, Jai like in the chat. Yeah, I just looked at why that's happening with the 2004-05 draft, and for some reason we got 3 retired copies of Devin Dubnyk in the database. Don't know how that happened, but I'll get rid of them.
That reminds me, I got to show you something too, by the way. Off stream. There's also What's His Face in LA. You mean whoever took over? I wouldn't sign Keith. I don't like him. You mean Todd McClellan, who got fired, or the guy who replaced him, whose name was it? No, I was going to say Jim Montgomery. That's not right. I know who you mean. Oh, you mean Todd McClellan. Yeah. Todd McClellan's not a guy I think I would want for the Jets. Todd Nelson was a name that was getting thrown around, too. Murat Atesh on The Athletic had a nice big article on possible coaching candidates, which is a very knowledgeable guy, and I've actually known Murat for years. All right, Jaden Grube for 23-year-old defenseman Nikita Novikov. Yeah, we're going to say no, even though I don't like Grube. We're not making that trade. Speaking of which, Grube has actually regressed, so we need to bring somebody else up. Cedric Gaidon has 12 points. Boy. Gendron has 15. Oh.
Yanni Neiman not doing too badly.
19 points. Yeah, our AHL team sucks. Boy. Braden Bowman has 18 points in 31 games.
Actually, I think they're leading the division.
Oh, who's scoring for them? Because they're not.
The defensemen are doing pretty well.
I guess.
In fact, David Ferentz is doing really well.
Guy we got in a throw-in for the trade.
Although he is 26 and he's 2-star potential, so probably a career minor leaguer.
You know what? I think I'm going to call Braden Bowman up. I've had luck with him, which is why I signed him in another game. We'll let him be our extra guy. And we're going to send Grib down.
Northern Sky 61.7.
Which is what I think we're pretty near sitting at. No, 64 million right now.
Oh, wow, yeah, we're super low. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, well, getting rid of all those old guys, getting rid of that one contract for Carlson made a huge difference.
Yeah, so you can go nuts with free agents in the offseason.
Yeah, again, if we survive it. All right, Dykow versus Colorado. And we lose. Again. Okay, at least we held them to 29 shots. We scored the first goal.
Go back to Jari at this point?
Well, we have back-to-backs anyways, so.
Yeah.
Is it crazy Montgomery would have been fired if he lost Game 7 to the Leafs? No. He blew 3-1 in back-to-back years. I don't know if they would have fired him after Game 7.
No, I think he did enough with Boston. Boston kind of overachieved this year relative to what was expected, so
Yeah, I would agree on that. So,
that probably earned him a little bit of leeway.
okay, we're going to take out Coolman's and put in Anderson for his first game of the year because Coolman's down to 73%. And Noah Cates can
That's
keep playing.
Anderson's first game period, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess,
Yeah.
yes. And maybe we'll take out Noah Lakari and throw. He's down to 75 too. Yeah. Take out Akari and put in Bowman for his first game. On the back-to-back. Bring Jari in. And Eric Comrie, who's now with Nashville. We lose 3-2 in a shootout. All right. Bryce Cook scores again, 6 goals. And Stamkos scores. Jake DeBrusk for Nashville scores.
Pretty good game
Thomas
for Jari.
Novak.
38 shots in Nashville.
Yeah, like we put up 32. That's a better loss. That's our first actual overtime loss or shootout loss of the year. I was gonna go and okay. Replace with Coolman's. Bowman can get replaced with Akari there. And we're at the end of the month, which means we get to find out who's everybody wants to play for, who's most overrated, underrated, hardest shot.
Oh, yeah, in December.
And December, yes. Player poll results. There's the word I was looking for. And, well, there we go. Jim Montgomery just got fired in this game. And Chris Higgins replaces
How's
him.
that for timing?
Maybe that's why it came up. Was there a rumor? Could have been a rumor earlier, and that's why it came up in conversation. All right. Gavin McKenna is actually the number 2 rated guy right now, behind Matthias Preston. All right. Player poll results. Best skater, Connor McDavid. Okay. Hardest shot is Erik Karlsson, who now has 48 points in 43 games. Okay, couldn't do that with us. No.
You trade them to the defending cup champions, so.
I know, but come on. Liam O'Brien is the toughest. Fastest is Connor McDavid. Again, best skater, fastest, makes sense. Anze Kopitar, best role model. Cleanest, Jacob Slavin. Controversial is Casey Bridgewater. Recent draft pick. Overrated, Jacob Verana. Underrated, M. Pellich. Smartest, Anze Kopitar. Toughest goalie to beat is Igor Shesterkin. And coach you'd most like to play for is Bruce Cassidy. Although, I don't... Is it just me? Every time I see his name, I want to call him Butch. Literally, every single time. I just want to be... I just want to call him Butch. I don't know.
I'm kind of surprised he never got that nickname.
Are we sure he hasn't? Like, it's just...
As far as I know, I've never heard him called that by anybody except just now.
Well, I said I know... I know somebody whose nickname is Hans just because of their last name.
Which is?
Well, take a wild guess. See if you can piece that one together. Why would his nickname be Hans? If you can think of his last name.
Drawing a blank.
Think children's stories.
Hans. Like Hansel and Gretel?
Emil Gut is getting close to being back. Jeff, the answer we're looking for there is Hans Christian Andersen.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not that obvious.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Easton O'Doot is kind of 25 points. All right, where did we draft him? We drafted him in the 6th round. Okay. For a 6th-round pick, he might turn out to something.
Yeah, I didn't really do much in WHL. It's a 17-year-old, but he seems to be picking up.
He's got the same amount of points as he did last year at this point. He had 25 points last year. He's up to 25 points in 36 games this year. So that's good. Adam Jaco has taken a step forward again. 42 points. He had 34 last year in, well, the same amount of time, so he's got more points. Zachary Wilson. Oh, yes, this is the guy I drafted for the simple fact he's a 3-position player. Center, left wing, left defense. At 6'5", I feel like he should be playing defense anyways.
I'm sitting in front of the net.
Reed Anderson keeps going up. Bryce Cook. Frederick Dykow's going up. Emil Goot going up. Keandre Miller. Jackson Smith. Nathan Brisson, how's he doing? 37 points in 36 games. Okay, nicely done. Matteo Fabrizi. This is our long shot guy, playing overage year. We didn't sign him yet. We drafted him as an overager. 15 points in 37 games. Better than last year.
Yeah, probably not. Still not going to get a contract out of us, though.
No, he could be sitting in the ECHL. Getting around Bo Jelsma. Bo Jelsma, what a disappointment he has been.
Is he doing anything in the AHL now? Yeah, you gave him a whole year.
4 points. Okay. I mean, he had 24 points with us in the NHL.
Well, at least he's bounced back to 2 stars. He was down to 1.5 at one point.
Yeah, it's just disappointing. I don't know what happened to him. Mazin Leslie's doing all right. Sergei Mishnikov has gotten 4 games. Has a .950 save percentage. He's up to 3.5 stars potential. Was he at that before? I don't think he was.
I don't think so. No, he was 2.5 stars at the start of the year, or at the start of the save.
Yeah, so he jumped up a full star. We might, if we actually manage to move Jari, he might just come up and play. Rust is going down and Jari's going down.
How's Bjarnason been doing in the ECHL?
We will take a look. We didn't have any development up and down for him, so. If we wanted a scoring defenseman, John Klingberg is on waivers right now. Bjarnason down in the ECHL has got, in 7 games, has a .915 save percentage. And a .258 goals against. 4-3 record. Not bad.
Klingberg is contract's only 3.7. He's.
We don't really need him.
Yeah, he does look pretty serviceable out still.
We could. I don't think we really need him. He's only gotten 10 games this year.
Yeah, and if you get him, he's probably gonna take playing time away from Cagnoni, who's been developing pretty well.
All right. We're going to leave our scouting report high. We're going to leave our team morale high, and we're not doing any in-game promotions, so that's fine. I am scared to know what our owner is thinking about us. We are already halfway through the season. $44 games, January 1st. Oh, wait. This is an Olympic year, isn't it?
Yep.
That's why we have so many games played already.
And you're supposed to finish in the top half of the league. I don't think you're there yet.
Oh, I think we're down very tough.
Borderline.
How do you feel, by the way, Jeff, that for the first time since, 2008, There was absolutely no movement in the NHL entry draft lottery.
Yeah, had to happen eventually, I guess.
Not surprising. Although I'm glad Celebrini's going to San Jose versus going to
Yeah,
Chicago.
I didn't want to see the two of them,
No,
Celebrini and Bedard, together in Chicago.
no, that would have been
Kind of wondering now who Montreal's going to pick. Apparently, they're looking at a Ginless kid.
Tej.
Yeah.
That's something
Everything
that
I've seen from him this year,
they
yeah,
consider moving back to.
Hmm?
They could consider moving back in the draft.
I don't think that's going to go over well with fans if they did. Ginless was supposed to go around 10th, but from what I've seen this year, he's pretty close. I mean, may not be 100% of what his dad was, but if you're in your 95% of Jerome Iginla, it's a pretty
Still
good
pretty
pick
good,
at number
yeah.
5.
Well, you see, I don't know. Like again, I love looking at crazy. How delusional some people are, I think, is the best way to put it for what they think their team should get. Like with the talk of Toronto trying to do something, including moving Mitch Marner. I saw somebody posting the idea that Toronto should talk to Winnipeg, and then what was it? Winnipeg would trade Toronto Connor Hellebuck and Mason Appleton for Mitch Marner. And I think they even thought Winnipeg would hold a percentage of Hellebuck's cap hit. And I was like, excuse me? What? Is this a joke? Like, and I don't like saying delusional, but I mean, like, that's pretty much what that is. You think Winnipeg would turn around and trade a guy they literally just signed to a 7-year contract? No. More importantly, to a guy who actually kind of likes being left alone.
Yeah, drop them in the Toronto market. That's not going to go well.
Oh, well, there was well, again, going back to the Athletic, the player poll from like talking about the Jets, and they said like guys in Winnipeg, Hellebuck will gladly go like ice fishing with them in the middle of winter, but when Hellebuck wants to go ice fishing, it means you're going at 5 a.m. and he doesn't care if there was the game the night before. He's out there going, and then there's a bunch of funny things on that. They talked about how Dylan Sandberg was going out hunting for the perfect buck and was just waiting and waiting and waiting for the perfect buck. And they said they don't think he actually even got one this year because of it. But then I also learned, well, again, I know Winnipeg's food restaurants is actually significantly better than what people realize. Like the amount of Winnipeg restaurants is per capita is only behind Montreal in Canada, I think. Like
Are you going to be mentioning the Salisbury House at any point in this?
No, I am not. But what I was going to say was they talked about like Jets players were talking about like some of their favorite spots, and one of the things I didn't realize is they talked about the Jets players' love of Mongos. Okay, owner confidence. Try to bounce. Okay, he's satisfied. Fans aren't thrilled. Your job. Okay, our owner's happy, but our job is shaky. Awesome. What a perfect thing. Yes, we're very happy with your job, but we could fire you at any point. Awesome. Just what everybody wants to hear. Yep, that's a little worrisome. All right. Well, our harmony is pretty good, all things considered. All right. Gonna leave Daikau, see if he can get us back on track here. Oh. Gotta keep an eye on Noah Cates there. He's at 69%. And we lose 2-1. Ah, come on.
Can't really blame Dykoff for that.
No, we got 36 shots. So you just got out goalied, I think. Timothy Liljegren is on waivers. But yeah, 5 points at 5. Again, we don't really need any defense. Dustin Wolf in Colorado is leading the league, 936 save percentage now. 220 goals against. Terrifying. All right, anyways, Mongoose was what I was talking about in Winnipeg. Jeff, you probably never heard of Mongoose, have you?
I have not.
Yeah, I didn't realize this. There's apparently actually, it's a Winnipeg-based chain that's up to 4 restaurants. There's two or three in Winnipeg. I think there's 3 in Winnipeg. 2 or 3 in Winnipeg.
Just Google appears to be 3.
And then there's one in St. Cloud, Minnesota, and then, all right, Goot is ready to come back, so he's going to get popped right into this.
Oh, it's just one of those Mongolian stir-fry places where you pick your food and they cook it for you?
Yes, but it's full refills until you're ready. Let's put Cook back in the lineup here. The Jets players, again, apparently like going there. They said some of their family, like, it's, or when their friends come, that's the first place their friends want to go. And then there was a joke about they should actually have an eating competition between the Jets players to see who could eat the most. They thought it was going to be close until somebody went, hey, don't forget about Sandberg. And then everyone quickly agreed, oh, wait, yeah, Sandberg would win this.
Unless Buffalo comes out of retirement.
I doubt that would happen.
You ever hear anything about him? What's he doing now?
Basically, so this is what I know. He's very happy in Minnesota in retirement. He fishes and plays hockey. He played in the Marian Hossa retirement game. Okay, Kevin Mandolese just got waived. Our former backup.
Yeah.
I don't think we can hold on to. We don't need to have 3 goalies on a roster.
There's no point in doing that.
Yeah, but from what I know, like, he's just kind of happy doing what he does down in Minnesota, but he does play in. So in the winter, at least, 3-0 victory over St. Louis. Nice.
Losing goal.
Dykow's still rolling.
Mm-hmm.
We've left him rolling to try and pull us in on it. Criticizing Malkin. Do we want to criticize Malkin?
Not coming back anyhow, so just you can light fire under him.
Done. He's not happy with our media reaction. All right. There is a giant. So Justin Morneau, who is a Canadian who played for the Minnesota Twins.
Yep.
He, in his backyard of Minnesota, built basically a giant mini hockey rink. There was a story done on The Athletic about this, probably in the around the time of COVID-ish time, and Bufflin was one of the guys who goes to that. And it's basically a bunch of ex-MLB guys and ex-NHLers, and there might even be a couple basketball guys who show up and play hockey a couple times a week in Justin Morneau's backyard.
Everyone's backyard.
Yep.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah, it's super awesome. I think The Athletic actually had video of it up on YouTube if you check for it somewhere. But yeah, like Bufflin, you just see him like in the background of shots. He just doesn't want to be seen. There is some discussion whether or not if when all 3 guys retire, if they'll try and get all 4 of them into Winnipeg. which for for non-Jets fans that doesn't make any sense. Let me rephrase that. Brian Little, who was one of the original Winnipeg Jets of 2011, he was with Winnipeg up until 2019 when he scored the outdoor game winner and when the game was in Saskatchewan. And then he took a puck to the head, and that ruined his hockey career. He went on to have vertigo, and he just basically was forced into retirement, but he's not retired
His
yet.
contract is
His
his
contract
contract is still running.
his contract expires June 30th. And Winnipeg eventually traded his contract to Arizona, which is where all contracts eventually go, it seems, as a way to clear up cap space. He did this to help out Winnipeg, basically. He didn't have to. He agreed to waive his no move. And there was some thought that when he finally decides to hang it up, or not when he finally decides, when Blake Wheeler is done, they will reunite the initial Jets 1.0 number one line, which was Little, Ladd, and Wheeler, and have kind of a nice retirement ceremony for them all in Winnipeg. And maybe they could convince Bufflin to show up for that. Whether or not that actually happens, I don't know.
Speaking of that Phoenix thing, that's going to be a problem for Utah. They're sitting on what, about $20 million in cap hit from injured guys.
Well, again, Brian Little's comes out, and there's a couple other ones.
Yeah.
And they've already dumped some of them.
Yeah, actually, Voracek's is done this year too, but they got Weber for 3 more seasons.
No, Weber's in Vegas, isn't he? They traded that contract to Vegas.
Did they? Wait, no.
4-2.
Oh, he's there. He's Arizona.
Loss. Is it because he was doing stuff in Vegas? Are you sure he's not in? You sure that contract's not in Vegas?
Yeah, I'm looking at Cap Friendly right now. It's Arizona.
Okay. There's probably a year or two left with that.
2. Well, 2 after this one is.
Yeah. Again, somebody else might want that that LTIR space. It's not that they can't weaponize it either. But there's pros to not having to use LTIR space. But yeah, they have a lot of their stuff
maybe
is
just to get above the cap floor, which is not going to be a concern for Utah.
No. It's actually been oddly quiet about Utah for that matter, too. I wonder if they're getting closer to a name.
I just saw a thing on Reddit today. They were going to announce, I think it's a list of the possible names and do a poll. Why do I find it? Being released. Oh, it says tomorrow, but it also says May 8th, which is today.
Okay, it's back down to 65%. All right. Let's get Cook back in there.
And they've got trademarked so far Utah Blizzard, Utah Fury, Utah HC, and Utah Hockey Club. Please don't do either one of those. Utah Ice, which is also not great. Utah Mammoth. Seems like that should be plural. Utah Outlaws, so it's a pretty good name.
Oh, badly
Utah
outshot
Venom,
again.
no.
40-25 versus Buffalo.
And the one they should pick, Utah Yeti. Yetis. Wait, Yetis? Yeah, Yetis, it's plural.
I thought it was just the Utah Yeti. Not having an S on the end is kind of nice. There's only 4 teams in the NHL that don't have an S on the end.
It's copyrighted. The copyrighted thing is Yetis, plural, so.
I wouldn't mind the Utah Mammoth either, actually.
Why only one of them? Doesn't make sense.
Again, there's some plural grouping thing where it can still count, even if it doesn't have an S on the end.
No, the word is mammoth, so I just double checked on it and plural of mammoth is mammoths.
Yep, again, but
It should be mammoths.
there is some
Yeah.
language reason that, again, that some of the change. There was I don't remember where I saw it, where I read about it, and there was just like, yeah, there is some call for how like these things can actually work, where it's the name but not actually the name, and everything gets changed.
Sports teams' names should be plural, says the fan of the Orlando Magic.
So it should be the Colorado Avalanches. That would sound dumb.
Sure.
The Minnesota Wilds. Also sounds weird. The Tampa Bay Lightnings. Lightnings. What's the other one? There's one more, isn't there? The Seattle Krakens. Oh, good. Ty Smith is back.
That was actually kind of quick. It was only supposed to have gone
1 to 2 months.
I thought I was going to say 2 to 3 months. Yeah.
All right. So that gives us some hope. I feel like we might be on our break now. All right. So we have Kuhlman's coming out, getting replaced with our number one defenseman, Ty Smith. I'm going to send Anderson back down.
No, you're not in the break. Olympics aren't until early February.
Oh, we haven't had a game for a while.
Oh, you got a whole week off. That was odd.
Would the game have put a break thinking there was an all-star game break?
Nope, other teams are playing just... I don't know, there's a few teams with... There weren't a lot of games... Oh, I think what happened is it's adapting the regular schedule by moving it back, but I think it's also leaving, not in all cases, but some it's leaving this week fairly empty.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games until the Olympic break.
All right. Then we continue to move and enjoy our time.
So you'll actually be almost 3/4 of the way through the season by the time the break hits.
Again, if we're not fired by then, we're
key guys to get hurt.
I don't know what we're going to do if we get fired. Do we create new Coke?
Or do you look for a job? Maybe look for a job off stream. We'll see what you get.
We'll have to put some thought into it if we actually get fired here. I think we've set this team up for success. We just might not be around for the payoff of it.
The Jim Benning approach.
How dare you? That might be the meanest thing you have ever said to me.
You got to give him some credit. Most of these guys that are in the Canucks team right now are guys he brought in.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, finally back with the game. Although before we're going to check the trade block in case something has changed. And maybe somebody of interest has popped up on the trade block. Doubtful, but you never know. NHL transactions, trade block. And, well, speak of him, Mitch Marner has shown up on the trade block.
Oh, that Musser kid, the college one that was signed to an ECHL team, just signed with the Kings.
Of course he did. Okay, Philip Zadina, still with San Jose. He's having 25 points, 41-point projection. That's not bad for him. Maybe finally showing off a little bit. Not really looking good for the rest, though. All right. Let's see. Everybody's up to 100% again here. And 3-2 victory over Montreal. Game-winning goal. We haven't heard his name in a while, but Luca Cagnoni scores. Gets his 14th assist of the year and his 8th power play goal. 22 points for the rookie on the blue line. I'm trying to remember. Did we signed him as a free agent, didn't we?
Yeah, I think San Jose drafted him and didn't sign him, or traded him. And
San Jose drafted him, then traded him, and Nashville let him go. And we brought him in as a free agent signing. All right, we're one game above 500 through 50 games on the year. Seems like it's going to be tough making the playoffs. We have to gain 5 points to have a chance.
Still doable. A lot of things can happen at the Olympics, too. Guys may wind up getting hurt for a contender. Or...
You say that. Watch our team just get wiped. Just watch that happen. Oh, we've lost a goalie. Oh, we've lost this. Oh, we've lost that. Absolutely will just destroy us.
No, Matt Duchene's having a big year.
Yeah. Game versus Detroit. All right, we're going to keep leaving Dykow in. He's given us our best chance. And 2-1 loss to Detroit. Overtime loss, or at least we got a point again. Not generating a lot of shots, though. 23 shots. So why are we not getting shots? Chris Letang. Maybe we need to move Chris Letang down on our...
He started okay, but he's maybe wearing down.
I mean, Chris Letang is what? Sorry, he's down to 2.5 stars. Okay, if we just look here, we have gonna lock our lines here. So we're playing 17, 16, 15.
Well, if you want a little more scoring, you should bump the first line up a little bit. Although Crosby was wearing down, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's why we bounced it back down a bit. Okay, relocked. Okay, so that moved Cagnoni with Graves up on the number 1 line. Then put Smith with Letang. I don't know if I like that. I don't think we should have 2 quarterbacks on 1 defensive pairing. That seems like a really bad idea. I'm going to move them down.
Smith might be better as a Russian defenseman if you want to change the role there.
That's still kind of offensively pushing. Rushing defenseman. 13.
Or you could change Letang to 2-way. He's actually a little more suited to that now that he's getting older.
Okay. Okay, well then maybe that gives us a little bit better bounce there. Okay, that's better then. Just having 2 guys playing quarterback wouldn't make any sense. And I forgot it flipped my goalies back, so I might want to flip that back. As we should continue to ride the hot hand. Dykow's up to 4 stars. Or 4 flames, not 4 stars. Excuse me. All right. Let's go. Nope, wrong one. I said 4 flames. Dykow's at 5 flames, so. Game versus Vegas here. All right, new defensive pairings. Let's see how it goes. And it's a 3-1 win. All right. Good start. Keandre
Yep.
Miller gets the game winner. They score first, and then we pile on 3 goals. Look. Oh, what?
But
Goals 2 seconds apart, Jeff.
yeah, somebody was not paying attention on the face-off.
I think that's like almost you got a penalty off the face-off, and they moved it all the way down. All right. I'd like to get to February 1st here. And if I get to the Olympic break, I think that's a good spot for us to stop. I will sim through the Olympic break. And then, so the next time we come back, we'll be jumping right into...
Maybe sim up to the final and we see how that turns out.
Let me find that exact specific time. Oh, that's going to be tough. I'll just wait till all the injuries start piling up for us.
Assuming any of our players even get invited. Dyke will probably be on the Danish team.
Should be at this point. All right. Versus Edmonton, we
Stamkos
lose
is-
6-4.
Yeah, Stamkos should be on Canada. Crosby probably should, although they're going with a younger team. You never know. Hellenis may be on Finland. Don't know. Malkin will be with the Russians.
I don't even know if there'll be a Russian team in that Olympics.
Oh yeah, I think we got that turned off for this one. Don't think any of our guys would make the American team.
You never know. You never know.
We can go a little long on this, by the way. The puck's not going to drop for another 45 minutes at least.
Oh, I don't want to go too long here, though. We'll make sure we get to that, and then probably we'll call it good there.
Maybe just get to the 10 so we can see what the Olympic rosters are.
I'm gonna be scared. Absolutely terrified. All right, checking here. End of the month. Just gonna check transactions, trading block really quick. Shea Theodore is also available. Now on the trade block. That would be interesting. He's having an off year compared to last year, though. And we've fallen behind Carolina now, though we have a game in hand. Our 2 overtime or shootout losses is kind of hurting us on points compared to some other ones. All right. Top selling jerseys: Stamkos, Crosby, Jari, Malkin, and Letang. All right. Jaco continues to go up. No, Doot continues to go up. Oh, he's out for a while, though. Hammett bone broken. Luca Romano. Oh, he's fine. Oh, he got traded. Kitchener to Guelph. Connor Schmidt. It's a nice up for him.
Yeah, Romano started really poorly with Kitchener, looks like.
Yeah. Zachary Wilson still going up. Nice. Bryce Cook continue going up. Okay, all our young guys keep going up. Consta Helenas.
Oh, he's up to 3 now.
40 points. Big jump from last year. He had 22 points last year. He's up to 40 this year, so.
Really solid second year. That's good.
Yeah.
As he's been playing on the first line, but still he had a lot of first line time last year and didn't get a lot of points. He's doing more with it this year.
There's a nice big jump for Leith Hunter. He's got more points than he did last year already in less games. And 4 ups. Okay, Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Ooh, disruptive hostility in our minor league team. Nice. Bill Jelsma. Again, just 10 points. Alexander Laleli. All right, there we go. Oops. 18 points in 42 games. Not a great start. Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at all those downs. That's a lot of downs.
Yeah, maybe not making the Olympic team, Sid. Same with Malkin.
Crosby's got 45 points in 53 games.
Like Malkin's down to, he was 3.5 stars at the start of this. He's down to 3. Yeah, he's going to the KHL next year.
Seems likely. Oh, AHL Player of the Month is going to be Sergei Mershov.
Jeez, every time that guy goes somewhere, he starts hot. He's already he's the number 1 goalie in the farm team now. He's pushed Blomqvist out.
Good. And Blomqvist is still higher than him.
At least one game by the end of the year. Yeah.
Still higher than him on the depth chart, but
give him time.
Although I don't like this. We'll have serious difficulty performing in big game situations. That's not exactly what I want to hear from my goaltender.
Checking his playoff stats from last year. No, he was actually really solid in the KHL playoffs last year. 21 games, .925 save percentage.
Yeah, well, let's see here. Game versus Carolina, and we lose 5-3. Gave up a shorthanded goal with no time. Shorthanded empty net goal. 2 seconds left. Okay, so pretty close game. Oh, defense just got annihilated. 31, 45, 48 defensive game ratings from 3 of our guys. That is
good on 3 of them did well, and the other 3 did
garbage.
Not well at all. Yeah. Letang had a very good game. Looks like that two-way thing's working for him.
Not loyal either. Loyalty isn't a huge deal to me, Jay Illich. But, I mean, do I like guys who are loyal? Yes. But the fact it's saying he's not a good playoff performer, or not good in big game situations, makes me a little worried. Owner confidence update. The fans are unhappy and view you as a problem. Things could be better, but we're not at a stage of looking to replace you yet. Okay, so
That's
our
not
job
a good sign at all.
Yeah, but our job security has actually went up. We're up to yellow now. So that's
The fans do not like you.
that's okay.
At least Mario's got a really high patience rating, and he's not going to dump you quickly.
I mean, we're doing what we can here, but we're fighting an uphill battle. We had to get out of some of these bad contracts.
The other good thing is your media relationship is pretty good. Agreeing with them on Malkin probably helped.
Oh, it was high before that, but not disagreeing with them. 2-1. Oh man, we're just on a bit of a losing streak right now. Okay. And Malkin just got injured. He's day to day.
Maybe try Jari again in the next game. See if you can get him to warm up a little at least.
And we're back to one game under 500, by the way. We're actually throwing the season trying to get the number one pick. That's really what we're doing. That's been our whole plan all along.
You're going to have to throw pretty far to catch up with Washington.
If we're in the lottery, man, we have a chance. San Jose is still second, too. I'm just going to point out 41 points.
Yeah, it looks like they got in, the 2024 draft in the game, they got Berkeley Catton, and he's coming along slowly. They still got Hurdle. But, yeah, oh my God, they're awful from the blue line back.
Oh, no. Oh, well, too late now.
What?
4-0 loss to Dallas. Oh, boy, that was not good. And Ty Smith was suspended for 3 games.
And you actually outshot them 36-29.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun.
You really need this Olympic break?
Come on. Come on, come on, come on. And, all right. Right, I forgot. Smith is suspended, so we're going to replace him with Kuhlman's. Malkin's out of the lineup right now. Anyways, we just threw Bowman in. Going to move Bowman down, put Yager in. Number 1 spot. Everyone else okay? Yep. And 5-4 win. Stamkos, 2 goals, 2 assists.
Team too.
I actually forgot to switch the goalies. I was going to give the other guy a start, but Dykal wins it for us, so he knew it. He knew it.
Almost to the break. I think you got one more game, 2 games.
Yeah. Game for St. Louis, I think probably will be
the just St. Louis, and that's it. Yeah, that's the last one.
Which will be the spot where we stop because you've been streaming long enough, and I got to go do something else. And Jeff, I think there's a hockey game for you to watch.
Yep. Take it one day beyond that just to get to the 10th. I just wanted to have a quick look through the Olympic rosters and see how many guys we get on teams, if any.
Well, we'll look at it, see if we have anyone gone. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Malkin is ready, but he's still kind of hurt, so we're going to leave him out. Game versus St. Louis. All right. We'll move Bowman back down to the third line. And ship it. And we lose 3-2. 22 shots only to their 34. Some really good defensive game ratings and some very terrible ones. 90 to 46, 47.
Well, basically, you finish this the way you started the stream, 2 games under 500. Goldman's having a pretty good game there.
Yeah, I'm going to replace and put in Malkin, and we will advance to tomorrow. All right, as this happens, I'm going to do the finish up here. So thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night, usually at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Franchise Hockey Manager, as well as twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments as well, with our streams archives going live Saturdays at about 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our European viewers. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we are at Franchise Hockey. We can find a link to our official Discord in our Twitter bio. Or, of course, you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to official forums and come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of Park Baseball, Perfect Team Go, or anything else you wish to discuss. Jeff, it looks like we only got Stamkos and Crosby going for Team
Crosby
Canada.
did get named to the team. And, Dykau, Denmark didn't make the tournament, so that's why he's not there. No Hellenis for Finland. They must have a pretty good team if they're dropping him.
Oh, let's see. Team Finland is... Well, their defense is not exactly ringing an endorsement, but they're...
Yeah,
they took 30-year-old Gio Lamico, but not Hellenis.
Probably a checking forward, maybe.
Okay.
Is he playing in Switzerland?
Yeah. They got 36-year-old Lassi Lapalainen playing on defense. Okay. Good goaltending. Saros and Hussein.
And our old friend Luukkonen, who's apparently turned into a star now that we got rid of him. And this looks probably better than Jari at this point. And backing up Saros.
United States, Hellebuck, Swayman, Ottinger as the goaltenders. Pretty good goalies. That's a pretty nice-looking team there in the United States.
That's a very good team. Hughes brothers on defense. And Jack up front. Yeah, that's got to be the favorite.
World ranking number 1. Let's look at Team Canada. Demko, Logan Thompson, and somebody else we don't want to talk about. Morgan Riley, Josh Morrissey, Cal McCarr. Defense for Canada's looking pretty good there.
Yeah,
although that's an interesting one. Tyson Barrie has made the team. I'm not sure about that one.
Is he hanging on in this game?
Apparently he is. He's got on pace for 52 points this year.
Oh, yeah, he's bounced back. Yeah, he'd been going downhill, but he's only 34.
Pretty good offensive group either way. Lots of older guys though in that tournament.
Brad Marchand still, yeah, they went with the veterans.
Marchand, Stamkos, younger defense, really old guys up front.
And what's anybody else in the? It looked like Canada had a really weak group, so they'll get through the group round fine. But
Norway, Germany, and Latvia, yeah, that's exactly a barn burner. I think that's probably good for right now, unless you want to see anything else.
Take a quick look at Sweden.
All right. Allmark, Gustafsson, and Johansson. Net. Carl Klingberg, who can't
pretty
stay in the
decent team,
NHL, is on the team. And then good forward group. Yep.
Wait, where's Pedersen?
Didn't he get hurt, I think? I think he was hurt.
Was healthy at the start. Does it happen recently?
Yeah, he's still a little bit hurt. Strained pectoral muscle. So he didn't.
So they left him off the roster.
Yep.
Well, he can't get hurt for the Canucks then, so not going to complain.
All right. With that, then, I think that's probably it. Jeff will be back next week with your Montreal game, where we're in the middle of the 1920s.
Yep. Getting into the Howie Morenz years, we just don't have Howie Morenz
Yet.
Well, we'll try, but that's going to be hard.
All right. With
we
that,
couldn't get Frank Boucher, so
yeah, that's true. With that, thank you very much, and we will see you all again next week.